we're holding over here a Gemara Ksubas Daf Nun. The Gemara says on the Pasuk Tehillim Kuf Vav, Ashrei Shomre Mishpat, Oisa Tzedakah B'chol Eis. The Gemara says on that part of the Pasuk, you're doing tzedakah at all time. The Gemara says, V'chi efshar la'aseh tzedakah b'chol eis. How could you do tzedakah at all time? You give tzedakah, when you give tzedakah, how could it be all the time you're doing tzedakah? So the Gemara says, Dorshu Rabbi Sender Sheb'Yavnei, B'amro Rabbi Eliezer. Some said that Chazal from Yavnei, some said that it was Rabbi Eliezer. Zazon bonov v'noisov kshem ktanim. A person that gives parnosa to his little children when they're small still, that he works in order to support them. That's what the pshat in the pasuk. At all time, if he has a full-time job, the whole time while he's working at tzedakah, what tzedakah it is to support his children. So the tzedakah starts at home, and before you give tzedakah to others, they come first, and you have to support them first. And that's the pshat tzedakah b'choles, that they come first, and by supporting them, you're doing tzedakah, you're doing the right thing. That's according to Rabbi Eliezer. But the Gemara says, Rab Shmuel bar Nachmani Omar, he didn't like this, that what would be considered tzedakah, what you're giving to your own children. That's your obligation. Tzedakah, you cannot pay from tzedakah your obligation. But he says a different prat. Zamagadel Yosem v'Yisoyma b'Sech Beisay. You're adopting an orphan, a boy or a girl, and you're raising them. And Masiyan, when they grow up, you marrying them. So that's the tzedakah you're doing not to your own family. It's something you're not mechuyam. It's not your family. You're adopted. So that's the tzedakah. That's two types of tzedakah over here we're talking about. Most people today, if you ask them what's tzedakah, they probably think Rab Shmuel bar Nachmani, that tzedakah is when you give to real poor people, or Yosam or Yisoyma, that they need the real help. That's tzedakah. However, there is one forgotten group of people that they also big tzedakah, and that's what Meramas Rabbi Eliezer, and that's the middle class. The middle class, a lot of time, they're not asking for help. Everyone knows he's a working man or a working woman. They work very hard to support their family, and a lot of times they're struggling more than the poor people. Why? Because the poor people, everybody knows in town they're poor, and everybody helping them. After everybody helping them, they're already sometimes well-to-do, because everybody from all over coming tzedakah to them, because everybody wants to give tzedakah. Think they are the right place to give tzedakah. But people forget that the middle class, sometimes they're struggling. That's what the pasuk says, Asher maskil el dol. Maskil, melosha, to be smart. When you give tzedakah, sometime under the radar, a lot of people that they deserve tzedakah because they're struggling. So what if he's working, but it doesn't have enough? He cannot finish the month. So that's what Rabbi Eliezer says. Sometimes you have to give such a tzedakah. Even people that work, azon bonav of noisef shem ktanim, you have to support them too. It talks about even the third party, not the father himself. You have to help that father, because for him with that tzedakah, he doesn't ask for help because everybody thinks he's a working man. He doesn't need the help. So that's one way of learning this. We have to pay very much attention when we give tzedakah, to not to forget also the middle class. A lot of times among them, many people are struggling. They don't have enough. They're embarrassed to ask. Sometimes you have to be smart enough to see if they really need, if they need, how to give them in such a way it should not be embarrassing to them. There is many ways to do it. So that's one way of learning. There's another way, derech hadrush. That's what the Ein Yaakov brings. That Rabbi Eliezer is emphasizing over here the word Ashrei Shomre Mishpat, meaning Mishpat is you have to earn the parnosa honestly. So I was saying to the father, you might think I'm doing a big tzedakah, I'm supporting my kids, an important thing, but how do I earn this parnosa? In which way it came to me? It has to be Mishpat, through Mishpat HaTorah, the right way, the honest way, because if Chaz v'Sholom, the money doesn't come in an honest way, it's not Shomre Mishpat, then it's a great thing to bring parnosa home, but it's mitzvah baba aveira. It's a very important, the Mendel Rimanover, he says like this, he says, Min HaTeima, we see a lot of times the little children learning in the cheder, and they're learning very good, and they're davening good, and all of a sudden, at a certain age, sometimes you see them, they're going away from Torah or mitzvahs. Where it's coming from? Why the schus of the learning Torah, the schus that they say, Omen Yesh Me'Rabba, the schus of the davening before that point doesn't protect them from not going away from Yiddishkeit. So he says it's happening because the parents fed them with the non-kosher money. Something non-kosher food influences negatively on the person. Non-kosher money also has a bad influence, and that's why a lot of times they're going away from Yiddishkeit. So it's important. So that's what the emphasis in Rabbi Eliezer. Asher shomre mishpat. You earning a parnasa b'mishpat. Then at oisa tzedakah b'chol eis. It's important to give parnasa to your family. It's first. It's have to come through mishpat. It's have to come through an honest money. Then it has a good influence on the children. If Chaz v'Sholom it's not. And that's, by the way, that's how you could put also in the pasuk itself, this whole thing what Rav Mendel Rimmer was in the pasuk. Asher shomre mishpat, if you from those people that earn the parnasa through a mishpat HaTorah, through honest way, oisat tzedakah miloshan, you oisat tzadikim, tzedakah miloshan tzadik. Those children you're gonna raise tzadikim. But if Chaz v'Sholom, it's not coming through a mishpat, you're not going to be oisat tzedakah, oisat tzadikim. You're going to be Chaz v'Sholom raising up children that they're not tzaddikim because the money they ate was not the kosher money.